Hi, today is a cardio practice. Today we're going to be working with Flight of the Birds. So Flight of the Birds will give us an opportunity to explore our warrior poses 1, 2, and 3 in just a very active, fun, and flowy, unique way today. So we're going to go ahead and start at the top of the mat in mountain pose. Let's bring our hands to our heart, close our eyes, and let out a deep exhale breath as we settle into Tadasana, your mountain pose. Feel the feet heavily against the earth, and then feel the top of the head a little lighter, lifting a little taller here as we create more space through our body. And just for a moment, let's visualize a mountain in our mind's eye. As we're visualizing that mountain, we see it very tall, we feel it very sturdy and majestic and beautiful, and we just invite those qualities into our bodies as well, into our being. Feeling ourselves calm, grounded, sturdy, and beautiful. We're going to be coming into and out of mountain pose many times today. So let's feel it here as a foundational pose, as a place that we can come back to and feel steady. Now we're going to go ahead and step the left foot back and find a warrior one. So we'll angle those back toes. We'll keep the hips facing the front as we lift the arms up. So we're going to be flowing today a lot, coming into and out of warrior one kind of briskly. So we're spending some time here in this first expression of the pose so we can feel the foundation. We set it up really nicely. We feel the back foot anchored, and we feel that front foot very grounded. Arms are lifted, and we could spread the arms a little wider here. Open the heart a little bit more and just really soften around that heart as you expose it. Good. Now let's step back up to the top of the mat, back to the prayer hands, back to the mountain pose, closing the eyes once more and just taking a deep breath or two, coming back to a still and sturdy spot. Now let's step back with the right foot and find our warrior one and just land in this pose that you know pretty well by now. How does it feel today? Where can you connect and just really experience the courage and the confidence of a warrior here? We'll now open the arms a little wider as if we are a bird spreading out through our wings and just expanding our wingspan. Taking up more space and just feeling worthy of all that beautiful space that we're taking up. Let's go ahead and step back up to the top of the mat, landing again, and once more, just closing the eyes again, exhaling and settling into this spot. For Flight of the Birds, we're going to start to flow that. So we'll step back into warrior one with the left foot. We'll step back up to the top of the mat, and then the right foot. So we're just coming back and forth into mountain pose and to warrior one on each side. And as we're stepping back, we're opening up the arms and spreading like we're spreading our wings and starting to soar above the earth, looking down with a broader, a wider, a new perspective here, feeling confident, feeling courageous. And just kind of taking it all in here. So as we're flowing here, you're making it your own. So the speed, the size of your step, that's up to you. And even the expression of the arms. Just maybe play with it a little bit. Let it be expressive. Let it be unique. Maybe you're finding a rhythm of your breath. It's a dance with the breath. It's a dance with the body. We're going to keep going just a few more times. Good. Now the next time when your left foot steps back, let's go ahead and hold. Take a moment to settle into another warrior one expression. Let the arms be a little different here today. Just really open up and expand out through your wings. Notice what's happening here through your body. Is your heart beating a little quicker? Is your body feeling a little warmer? Is your breath moving a little deeper? Good. So spreading very wide here. We're going to go ahead and step forward to the right foot, and we're going to wrap the left foot around the right. Okay. So we're going to come into eagle here. So we're sinking into that right knee as the left knee just drapes on top. And then the right arm wraps underneath. And we just wrap to where it feels right here, squeezing in. Just taking a few breaths here. Good. As we unwind, we'll reach to extended mountain and then exhale, hands to heart. And now we're going to start with the right foot stepping back, coming back into the flight of the birds flow, making it your own. There's no right or wrong way to do it, just as long as it feels good for your body, as long as you're finding your own rhythm and your own expression here. It's all good. It's an opportunity here to flow, to feel free, to move, to strengthen our cardiovascular system, our respiratory system, our lungs, our heart. Getting a little strength here as we sink into the strong legs of a warrior. Good. Keep this going, keep this flowing a few more times. And then the next time when the right leg is back, again, just settle in and find a spot. Maybe it's a little different today than your warrior one on a different day. Express it, feel it, be right inside of the pose, right inside of this moment. Good. As we step forward, we'll cross the right leg over the left. We'll start to bend the left knee. And then we're going to wrap the left arm underneath the right, coming into Garudasana Eagle. So the bird now is just taking a little rest, perched on the limb, still looking down and out with confidence. Good. We'll unwind. We'll reach high, deep, beautiful breath in. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Let's sweep up here. On the exhale, we're going to swan dive down into a forward fold. Let out a lot of breath here. We'll then go ahead and step back and come into either a downward facing dog or a child's pose. Good. Pedal the heels here a few times. You can stay a little longer resting and remaining still, or you can flow through your Yogi Vinyasa, coming forward with an inhale breath into plank. Exhaling halfway. Let's go all the way this first time. Baby Cobra here. Heart shines forward. Exhale, child's or downward facing dog. Good. We're going to take a walk or maybe a hop back up to the top of the mat where we'll fold in half. We'll reverse our swan dive. We might as well get a chair pose while we're here. Yes, let's sink into it. And then we'll just bring the hands to the heart as we stand. So we're going to do the same thing that we did with our warrior one expression now with warrior two. So a little bit more turning to open up and then coming back to the mountain pose again. So you'll step back, open to the long edge of the mat, and then come back up to the top. And then step back and open the other way and come to the top. So that's your flight of the birds now, using warrior two as your expression. As you open the wings, you can change the way that you're doing that. The arms could be high, they could be low, they can split. Just kind of have some fun with it. Make it a little dance. Keep breathing and keep being right here in this moment, in this flight. Feel the majesty of your movement. Feel that grounding effect every time you come back into the mountain. Good. Now, next time you land on that left side, let's pause. Let's find our warrior two. Shift a little, adjust. Check in with your own alignment. You've got a glimpse of your big toe right there on the inside of your knee. Body is open and wide here to the long edge of the mat. So today we are sprinkling in some balance challenges along the way. So we had our eagle pose. This time we're actually going to sprinkle in an optional arm balance, okay? So let's tip it back here as we reverse our warrior. With our exhale, we're going to go ahead and cartwheel down, stepping back to downward facing dog. Now I'm going to give you multiple options here. Listen to your body, okay? First option, lightest option, will be to drop the knees wide, bring the big toes together, and sink back into a wide child's pose. Perhaps while you're there, you'd want to walk it up and just sit up for a few moments. Maybe not, okay? Another option will be to tuck the toes under, to rock back to the heels and come into a yogi squat, malasana, okay? You can stay here. If crow pose is part of your practice, or if you want to just play around with it and introduce it to yourself today, you can do that with me now. We're going to bring the hands down, fingers spread wide, circle of the palms deep against the mat. So really kind of anchor in there. We're then going to lift the hips up and start to shift some weight forward into the hands. But we're going to keep our eye gaze forward in front of the fingers. We'll scoop the belly. We'll let the knees kind of rest against the elbows and keep shifting. Maybe you want to pick up one foot. Maybe you want to pick up the other one as well. Just kind of play around with it. You can also just practice shifting weight. Good. Let's go ahead and come back. We're going to meet back up in a child's pose with wide knees, big toes together. Hands walk out and just exhale in for a moment. We'll have another opportunity to play around with that in just a few moments. For now, let's tuck toes, lift hips, take a breath in, and then either walk, lunge, or even hop your way up to the top of the mat. We'll reverse our swan dive. We'll take a chair pose because we love it so much. Exhale, and then hands come to the heart. Inhale. Let's flow again. We'll step back to the right, warrior two, and come back to center. Find your flight here of the birds. Make it your own. Try to have fun with it. Find a challenge. But stay calm within that challenge. Feel some self-expression here. Confidence as you're doing so. Get a little funky maybe. Good. When you turn over to the right again, we'll hold. Warrior two, here it is. Sink into it as a sort of home base. An opportunity to calm down just a bit. You know you're working hard when warrior two becomes a resting pose. See if you can slow the breath back down. Good. Now we'll tip it back. And we will cartwheel all the way down and around. Same options as before. So from down dog, you can choose to come to a wide knee child's pose and chill there for a bit. You can choose to come into your malasana squat, sinking deep here and just enjoying that stretch. And then if you want to play again with that crow pose, that arm balance, fingers spread wide. So high tin the mat here. Shift a lot of the weight forward into the hands. Keep the eye gaze forward. Scoop the belly. And then play around with lifting one or both feet. Okay? Feel free to just kind of shift, work on transferring the weight. Keep breathing through whatever you are experiencing here in this moment on your mat. And then let it go. Let's meet back, wide child's pose. Take a few still moments here. Breathe out a whole lot. Good, and then we'll come back through our downward facing dog so that we can take that journey back up to the top of the mat, reversing our swan dive, sinking deep into the seat with prayer hands, and then standing up. So we have one more variation here of our flight of the birds. So this one is going to involve some balance the whole time. So just have fun with it, okay? Do what you can here. Mountain pose will be our home base. And then as we step back, we're going to tip, lift the left leg, come back to center. So we're tipping back into a warrior three expression, going side to side. Feel free to keep the toes down on the ground as you're stepping back, maybe bending that front knee a little bit more. Once you start to find your rhythm, make it a little funky. Play with the arms a little bit. Maybe the arms want to reach forward. Maybe one wants to go forward and the other one wants to go back. Maybe you want to go to a diagonal. So many options here. Mix it up a little bit. Let's break up some of our habitual patterns of movement. Let's challenge our brain a little bit and develop some new neural pathways just through the way that we're moving the body and expressing our poses today. Good. Next time when the left leg is back, we're going to hold the pose. So your best expression of warrior three here. Arms can be out to the side, hands could be at the heart, arms could reach forward, the toes could be down on the ground behind you. There are so many options here. Now from this warrior three, we are already balancing. We're going to balance a little bit more as we come into standing balancing pigeon. So we're going to take that left heel and cross it above the right knee. Maybe you're grabbing something to hold on to, or maybe you're sliding underneath the knee and keeping the left toes on the ground. Bend the right knee as much as it works for you, and then maybe lift the arms here. How's the breath? How's your heart? How's your headspace? Where's your focus? What is that mental chatter saying? Let's keep it positive. Keep it loving. One more breath. And then we'll release. Let's go ahead and go right side back, mountain pose. Left side back, mountain. Every time you come back into mountain, you can visualize that mountain and feel the qualities of the mountain in your body. We are almost there. We're going to go a few more times. Last few moments to fly today on the mat. Next time when that right leg is back, go ahead and hold it. Settle in. Find your warrior three. One more big, beautiful breath here, and then a standing, balancing pigeon. You can cross high or low, and you can sink in to your own appropriate depth, lifting the arms if that feels right today. One more inhale here, and an exhale back to mountain pose. Let's pause in our mountain. Let's feel it again. Think back to the beginning of the practice. We were just here. We were getting ready, And now we've gone a whole lot of places. So notice what that feels like. How is your heart beating? Where is your breath going? What do your muscles feel like? Can we calm the mind back down? Because the big challenge is behind us now. We got stronger. We built a little bit more confidence because of the places that we've been this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening on our mat. It's actually afternoon for me. Let's sweep up here. Inhale. Let's dive in. Exhale. Let's go ahead and come on down. Swing the legs around. Well into the series now, so as you come down onto your back, just give your body what it is craving. Maybe it's a happy baby. Could be a bridge pose. Could be a supine twist side to side. What kind of love does your body need here in these last few quiet moments of the practice? And then once you've done that and gotten what you need and done what you need, let's spend some moments here in stillness. Let's enjoy Shavasana. Can you stay here a little longer on your own? I'll look forward to being with you again soon. Namaste.